Breaking news out of Chicago is that the Chicago Bulls was in on Tyrese Haliburton. Multiple people from the Bulls organization had wanted to draft him. They was high on him and taking him at 4. You know, when you look back at the draft, that's when the question marks started to come. Number 1 was Anthony Edwards. As my last video about the Pacers, we all know there was no argument at all about Ant going number 1. Then number 2, you had James Wiseman, which didn't quite pan out, but y'all know at the time what he was to Memphis coming out. Then you look at pick 3, obviously LaMelo Ball, no question, except the only question is, was it the right point guard? Obviously, he was the answer, but y'all know them debates going to come up with the 2 point guards in the draft. And then 4, you look back at it, this is always going to be the ultimate redo. And a lot of people are going to be putting Tyrese up there. Or, you know, they can go with Tyrese Maxey, either or. Either way, they're going to go with one of the point guards. But they took Patrick Williams, who haven't quite reached his potential. This is the thing with that one. This was all in the pandemic, the 2020 draft. So this is my take with that one. You got to look at what the Bulls had. Look at what they did. Now, a lot of things change if they take Tyrese. They don't draft Lonzo Ball. I mean, they don't sign Lonzo Ball, my mistake. But, so the Bulls keep that money, you know, and they just gave Lonzo the extension. But they don't have to deal with Lonzo's injury woes and missing way more games than he played. Instead, you get a true point guard. Now, do he pan out with the likes of a DeMar DeRozan and a Zach LaVine being ball dominant in the lineup? Do he get his chance to show who he can be? Because with Tyrese, you're getting a true, pure point guard, a guy who, you know what I'm saying, give you 10 to 15 assists with 0 turnovers consistently. You're looking at basically Rajon Rondo with a jump shot. Chris Paul, 2.0. You're looking at them type of guys. So, you know, at the end of the day, it would have been a great pick, but would it have panned out with what was around? It all makes all the perfect sense in the world. You look at them not having to take on Lonzo because they have a point guard, so that would have been the immediate starting role. You would have got, if you get Tyrese, you basically get who we thought we was going to get when Lonzo was coming out of UCLA. That's the guy who you're getting. You look at Tyrese's game, Lonzo Ball is who we thought he would. Tyrese is who we thought Lonzo Ball would be. Then you look at it much different because obviously Tyrese is always going to be compared to LaMelo because of the draft class. But who else did we predict would always be compared to LaMelo? His brother Lonzo. We thought the Ball brothers was going to take over the league. So that gets even spicier. It makes all the sense in the world for the Bulls to take him. Only thing is, would he have panned out to be that guy with what the Bulls had on that roster? That's the only question mark right there. But, you know, it went the way it went. The Bulls didn't take him, and now instead he gets to terrorize the Bulls 4 times a year. And they get to watch him in the finals because I don't see the Knicks beating them 3 straight times. But, you know, that's the news. So, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment. Do y'all think Tyrese would have panned out with the Chicago Bulls?